Hello, hello, hello. And so, he says, effortlessly pulling up the results. The mob has spoken. And Hejira was the winner of the most recent Pearl, beating all the others into a cocked hat, which was nice. Which was nice because I didn't want to read it. I don't want to bother with all those other ones. So yeah, this is, got to get it right for the thumbnail. Hejira by Joni Mitchell, which was the winner. Which was with the winner. It was, funny enough, released November 22nd, 1976. So it's a November album. 51 minutes, 55 seconds. Eighth studio album from the Canadian songstress. And yeah, Hejira means journey, and it very much is. And again, I quite like the album cover because like there's an open road, and it's all very arty, isn't it? All very arty. But boy, you'd need a magnifying glass or at least a microscope to read the lyrics there. Look, can you? No, they're tiny. They're tiny. I like that. I like the skating. Looks like almost like a crow or something. Very crow-like. So yeah, this again, it is about a journey. There are many journeys within this album. Again, it's based on life events that happened to her during her tour that she embarked with Bob Dylan, the Rolling Thunder Review, which ran from 75 to 76. And yeah, there's lots of songs, lots of songs. Of course, there is. It's an album. There are how many songs on it? There are a couple of songs. There are a couple of songs on it. You know all this stuff. There are 9 songs. Of course, there are 9 songs. But yeah, it's very autobiographical and about various events that happened during this period. It's notable for featuring the bass playing of Jaco Pastorius, who plays on Coyote, Hejira, Black Crow, and of course, there's a song called Black Crow on here. That's why she looks well. Of course, I wish I'd take more notice of these things. And Refuge of the Roads again, because I listen to these things without the album. I have them on me headphones. I very rarely know what the names of the songs are. It's very, very bad of me. You have Jaco Pastorius, the fretless bass playing legend on this. I must admit, I find some of his contributions a little bit on the nose. They could have been mixed back a bit. It's like and it's just sometimes it's like tone it down a bit, son. Tone it down a bit. But but yeah, and yeah, Larry Cartman's on there as well, guitar. And of course, you've got Joni Mitchell herself doing a lot of guitars. There's loads of people in it. So yeah, it's a journey. It's a journey. Hejira is a journey. It starts with the track Coyote, and it's very wordy. This album, very, very wordy. So you've got to concentrate. And Coyote is about an affair. They reckon it might be based on actor Sam Shepard, time with him. It's about a one night stand and the things that go on. Again, there's lots of imagery on there. Again, you've got to really concentrate. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like it, but I could have stopped after the first song. I was mentally exhausted. After the first song. I thought, oh boy, this is it's been a long time since I've listened to this, and I forgot. Maybe I found it a bit easier as a younger man. And funny enough, the second track, Amelia, is again, it's about her own love affair crashing. See what I did there? And she interweaves it with the story of Amelia Earhart. Now, who'd have thunk it? We've already reviewed 2 concept albums this year about the life of Amelia Earhart. And and it's the desert, travelling through the desert, and the Amelia flying over the desert. It's the journey within the journey. It's an interesting one. Again, lyrics. The lyrics structurally it was an intro. Yeah, I didn't mind this one. Furry Sings the Blues again. It was based on her experience of meeting blues player Furry Lewis in Bill Street in Memphis, and yeah, he doesn't like anyone. It made me laugh. The song, that one was amusing. A Strange Boy, again, it's another a fair song about somebody she knew who lives with these parents and hasn't really grown up. And again, a bit of a Peter Pan character. I thought that was an odd one. And then Hejira is the journey, and it's about her. Again, it branches off. Again, it's kind of a continuation of the Amelia song with her leaving her boyfriend, and it's again, it's more about that. On the B side, if it had a B side, of course, I'm listening on CD here. So if I'd have turned it over, Song for Sharon, which is it's a big one. It's 8 minutes 40 long, and I quite like it. Again, I like the idea of buying a mandolin and stuff. It's again. There's little stories. Again, this is what you get. It's lots of stories and lots of words, and you've really got to concentrate. You've really got to concentrate on what's going on. But I quite enjoyed this one. It was very evocative of a time and a place, Bleecker Street, etc., etc. Black Crow, which again is kind of look, you see. Is again, that one was a bit of a lesser song, I thought. Blue Motel Room, I guess it's just about the travelling life, the new pillow, and the rooms look the same kind of thing, the life of the traveller, which I guess she was doing very much so. And the last track, Refuge of the Roads, again, it's about going to a retreat in Colorado. Again, the album ends on a bit of a whimper. I'm not saying it should end with the explosions and fireworks, but it's a real muted ending, and it didn't end how I expected it to. I thought there may be a resolution, a sort of a breakthrough, like I've seen the light sort of thing. A better resolution. It just kind of faded out, not literally, but figuratively, with what she's singing about. So yeah, I mean, it's a lovely record. I mean, it's Joni Mitchell, isn't it? It's a classic. It's another one of those. Was it Hissing of Summer Lawns, the classic albums. So there's not a lot to complain about other than Jaco Pastorius' blah, 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 blah. I always find his bass work. Don't get me wrong, the guy's a legend, and I really admire him as a bass player. But sometimes I find his stuff just a little in the front. It should be, and that's just me. I think the fretless bass is something that should be used sparingly. People are complaining in the comments and that, but again, it's it's a great record. What can you say? It's a great record. Musically, it's kind of on one level because it's poetry put to music. It's not going to have lots of dynamics to it, if you know what I mean. It's going to be simple yet complex enough for her to not overshadow the words. The words and her vocal performance are the everything to this. And again, I was thinking you could even make this because it's Joni Mitchell's wonderful voice. You could even just have it as two guitars. It could have just been her, playing off it herself. There's some lovely double guitar bits on it. I can't remember which one it was. I think it might have been Song of Sharon, but it's repeated. It's a technique she uses where she kind of plays the motif off of each other. So it could have been as stripped back as that. I don't think it needed to be as detailed as it is, because it's the words and it's the voice that that's the important thing here. But yeah, as as a chronicle of a life, between a certain period of time. Fascinating. Again, it's one of those ones which you can go back and listen to and study because of the depth of the lyrics. This is, again, it's Joni Mitchell. What do you expect? It's going to be, it's going to be fascinating. And look, you can see. Just look. Those are the lyrics. Look, can you see? Look how small they had to make them. But yeah, a great record. I haven't heard it in a long time, and it was good to go back to it again. And that's a great record. So yeah, classic album. Thanks for recommending it. Got me to go back to it again. And Joni Mitchell's a legend. And what else can you say? Thank you for watching. What do you expect me to say? So I've been talking about Hejira from 1976, November 22nd, their 8th album. And thank you for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed the review. If you have, please like and subscribe. And if you didn't, well, sorry. I thought I did a good review. I thought it was good, and I enjoyed listening to the record. Thank you for the suggestion. Thank you for everyone who voted. Keep your eye out for the next record. Why don't you just add the suggestions here for the next one? Because you see, if you didn't like this, then the people have to watch to the end of the video to know that this is where you put the suggestions. And I ignore all the other suggestions, you see, for the next poll. You put your suggestions here. When I've got enough, I'll put them up and you can vote on it. And thanks again. Like I said, Hejira, a really good record. And thank you for watching. There's only one more thing to say, but now you know what that is, and that is ta-ta.